Hello, my name is Xinrui Chen and my net ID is XC856. This is question 1 for homework 4. Firstly, according to the equation of y equals gx, you can draw this chart. And from the above, you can find that y is larger and equals to -1, smaller and equals to 1, so that we can get the cumulative distribution function of y equals 0, 1 smaller than -1 equals to 1 when y is larger than 1. Now, for 1 is larger and equal to -1 and smaller and equals to 1, we have that when at y equals -1, the probability of y equals -1 is equals to the probability of x is larger than 2, so that we can get this is equals to 1 minus the cumulative distribution function of x when x equals to 2. At y equals 0, the probability of y equals to 0 equals to the probability of x larger than 0, smaller than 1. And it is equals to this equation. At y equals to 2, the probability of y equals to 2 equals the probability of x smaller than 0. And finally, it equals to big Fx 0. In the range of -1 to 0, y equals to -x plus 1, so that the density function of y is equals to the density function of x divide the absolutely value of gx prime, which equals to fx1 minus y. As a summary, the density function of y is equals to this function, which is that when y equals to -1, the density function of y equals to 1 minus big Fx2 times sigma y plus 1. When y larger than -1, smaller than 0, the density function of y equals to small fx 1 minus y, and so on. And the cumulative distribution function of y is like this. It is equals to 0 when y smaller than -1, equals to 1 minus big fx 1 minus y, when y is larger than and equals to -1 and smaller than 0. For this, the density, the cumulative distribution function is equals to the probability of y smaller than and equals to y, which is equals to the probability of 1 minus x smaller than y, and equals to the probability of that minus x smaller and equals to y minus 1, equals to the probability of x larger and equals to 1 minus y, equals to 1 minus the probability of x smaller than 1 minus y, and finally equals to 1 minus big fx minus 1 minus y. And here is a chart we draw for the density function and the cumulative distribution function of x, and the density function and cumulative distribution function for y.